What up, everybody, man? Friday nights, you're just not safe. Like, we've seen it time and time again in college football over the years. And Miami, who was number one on C-ball, get ball. And we were very, very clear on why they were number one. They were number one because of their resume, their lines of scrimmage are so good and so dominant. So that's why we had them at number one. And obviously, they're not at number one no more. And they're not because Louisville. And man, the Cardinals played awesome. One thing, too, like to start the game, this is what happens. This is what happened to Florida State with Virginia. Like, get down 14-0 like that. Like, head not as much in the game as you need to be. And this is what the Friday weird schedule does to everybody. And this is what the favorite does. And this is what, when everybody tells you how good you are, that's what it does to you a lot of the times. But so the Friday night weirdness. One thing I think Miami fans, like, y'all can hit back and clap back at me if you want to, but it looked like they had no effect whatsoever on the game. Like, the juice in the stadium comes from the fans. Like, the defense plays off and feeds off of the stands. I didn't see a lot of people there. I didn't see a lot of action. Like, I didn't see a lot of moments where it was loud, like where they were highlighting the crowds. They painted the crowd, and it didn't look like there was a lot of people there. And that kind of environment with a Friday night, obviously, you know, with different schedules, I get it, but that's what happens. Louisville happens. And Jeff Brom, sir, like, tip of the cap, bro. Like, unbelievable job, man. Unbelievable job. Like, we talked about it coming into the game. I think it was 19 straight games of 24 or more points. Hit it again, right on the head. But just incredible job of getting your guys ready to play. And he's an offensive coach, and we always give the offense credit. The defense was fired up and ready to rock and roll. Like, they handled the line of scrimmage exceptionally well. They split double teams on defense. They came downhill and tackled very physically. And the most important thing they did, man, they caught those interceptions. Like, Carson Beck, and we're going to get to him, he made some donations. I mean, he threw the ball to the wrong team several times, but giving Louisville credit more than taking away from Miami right now. We'll talk about what Miami did wrong, but I think Louisville deserves some credit for what they did right. They got Isaac Brown in space, and Isaac Brown is special. We've seen that throughout his career, his young career at Louisville. Chris Bell, one of the best receivers in college football. I've been telling y'all, he's a first-round pick coming up. Like, speed, size, strength. I mean, it's just, he's got it all. Like, and then Miller Moss and the game plan to get the ball out of his hands. Like, how they handled Ruben Bain and Mesidor was great with tight ends over him a lot of times. They read him some. Like, they did an unbelievable job. But the most important thing was Miller Moss spinning that bean quickly. Catch it, get it out. Catch it, get it out. And not let that pass rush get home. They go Wildcat like 6 of the first 15 plays. Like, they went Wildcat a bunch. They just tried to keep Miami guessing. And in the end, realistically, man, they just made a few more big plays. And the 3rd and 3 play with 13 minutes left to Chris Bell is absolutely stupid. You can go on my social. I put it up there. I don't know how he scores. It's absolutely insane. It was incredible. So now let's get to Miami. You start off out the gates. They get 14 points. So you're digging yourself a hole. They got 14 points. They were aggressive. They went Wildcat. They faked a field goal. They did all the things as an underdog that they needed to do. And your first drive, you get a penalty, you get backed up, and now you have to punt the football, and that's how they get the ball and get it back away. But the Miami physicality that we all brag on, and we talk about the size, like, they ran the football. Their leading rusher had 18 yards. He had 18 yards. That's not good enough. Like, you have to impose your will. That's what the most important part of your team is. That's what we talk about having. That's what Cristobal said on the show, man. He's got guys on the offensive line that have brontosaurus bones, right? So they've got to do a good job of running the football, and your leading rusher having 18 yards isn't good enough. And they didn't assert their will. And Louisville did a good job of stunting, moving, and playing with a ton of people in the box, but you've got to do a good job of changing up what you do. And I didn't think they ran the football near as much as they should or near as much as they could. All right, Carson Beck, because that's where everybody wants to always put the blame, and I get it. The quarterback gets a lot of the blame. When you look at Carson's plays, the first interception, obviously, it's on Carson. Like, he threw it into triple coverage. When the football leaves his hands, that Tony almost makes the catch, which is crazy, and we'll get to him too, because that boy's special. But when he releases the football, there's 3 safeties over the top, throws the football up. Like, not a good decision. Not a good decision at all. So it's a bad decision from a guy that's played a lot of football, and that one he has to wear. Second one, they orchestrated a double move. I think they thought they were going to get man-to-man. They got zone from Miami. Carson pump fakes. The corner bites a little bit, but he was bailing so hard to play over the top that he was in good position. And, again, made a phenomenal catch. Like, the first 2 were phenomenal catches. Third one was Carson on 4th down, drops back. Like, he has to push the ball a little bit down the field, gets his feet a little bit happy, throws an interception. Now, listen, he did throw another one that didn't count because of roughing the passer. So it wasn't a great day for this Miami offense. It wasn't a great day for the defense either. But the last one that really hit the nail on the head, and posted this one on social too, so you could really, really see it. It looks like it's miscommunication or a misread or really, really bad execution. And how do you say all those things at the same time? Like, Louisville shows like they're going to blitz. The crazy thing was, I mean, Miami did a good job to fight back and get back into it, because after Louisville got up, there's about 7 minutes left. It looked like it was over. I mean, it looked like the game was a wrap. It was an 11-point game, and then Miami forces the fumble, which was huge. Next play, Tony catches a jet sweep, runs it to the end zone. Malachi freaking Tony. Like, dude, is this dude human? Like, this dude's a freshman. So he takes the jet sweep. He had a night anyways. He takes the jet sweep, scores a touchdown the next play, takes a reverse on the 2-point conversion. And obviously, Cristobal told us on the pod, he played quarterback in high school. He's running, sprinting to his right, throws a dime to Daniels for a 2-point conversion. They cut it to 3. Defense does an unbelievable job, gets a stop. Offense gets the ball back, and it was a methodical drive. There was like 4 minutes left, and they dink and dunk, move the football down the field, kind of doing what they want, Carson being smart. And then, it's a pretty good look, man. It's not like it was extremely hard. Like, but Louisville did a great job, man. They showed pressure. They came up. Carson and the tight end were not on the same page at all. And Elijah Lofton kind of breaks off of it. He kind of flares out at the end and kind of breaks off his route. And Miami and Carson, the linebacker for Louisville, is right in the middle. They're all showing blitz. They come out of blitz, man. He comes right underneath it. Carson throws the ball right to him, and you can see his reaction. It was a bad play. I think it was miscommunication, because I think he thought he was going to stop or something. But again, the pick was earned. Like, you watch him, he catches the pick, he pulls it in. Like, it was unbelievable job by the young man catching the football. So, like, Louisville ready to play. Louisville's playmakers made play. Like, they made the big plays when they needed to be made. Miami had dug themselves too big of a hole, and Carson Beck had a bad night. Listen, I'm not dead on Louisville. I'm not out on Miami. Like, I'm not out. Like, now, the interesting part about Miami that we've got to consider now is Virginia and SMU are also unbeaten in the conference. So everyone that put in Sharpie that Miami was in the playoff, it's interesting now. They don't control their destiny in the ACC. Like, Georgia Tech, Duke, that's huge this weekend. And how about this just setting the table, I think, for the craziness of this weekend? Like, there's a good chance, like, if this happens and Nebraska loses to Minnesota, like, more madness has to come. But Virginia and SMU, unbeaten in the conference. Georgia Tech, Duke, unbeaten in the conference. So the craziness of the ACC is going to continue. But man, oh man, another Friday night victim, the Miami Hurricanes, and they're not out, but this obviously puts a big dent in what they had going. And for all the folks that were disappointed or felt some kind of way about them being number one, they get to celebrate, and now this is a part of college football. But the groundwork's been laid. I think more today is coming, and it's going to be crazy. We'll see y'all later.